Hello everyone and welcome back to CZA etc. Today is going to be kind of a different video, no guides or anything. I'm just going to be chatting with you guys. First thing I wanted to talk about was just the state of my channel in general. I know that things aren't super interesting at the moment, but I would like to change that and be able to do more videos. Just things are a little bit rough with my job at the moment, so I haven't had the time that I would like to play, especially Destiny. But at the same time too, I'm in a weird place right now with Destiny. It will always be one of my favorite franchises, easily. I love Destiny. But things, the Season of the Drifter just isn't really overly doing it for me. I've been trying, I'm just not a super fan of Gambit. I played some Gambit Prime, it was okay, but I wish there was more solo content, personally. Solo queuing in Gambit has never been the most fun. I will still do it, it's not impossible to win. I just feel like it would probably be more, more enjoyable with a group of people, but I don't really have a group of people. None of my friends play this game anymore. So I usually end up playing solo, but I still love it. Still easily one of my favorite franchises.
Nice lander sitting all
and I will
out
continue
here.
to play it. Oh, I just missed that. I need the
As long
ball
as you can
kills
take
as
it
well.
far, far away from me.
Should have stayed in this area, but what can you do? Yeah, I'm just not in the best state with Destiny right
Asher,
now.
guess what we did?
And at first I was trying my best to
Vehicles, pulverized the
enjoy it and
Yes. How'd you know?
hopefully
From
continue
the
to play it,
unbearable
but
racket. My head.
after the Vanguard Allegiance quest, just wasn't, it was too grindy for nothing. Like, I like the lore, but I like hearing it from My Name is Bife. I don't really super enjoy seeking it out on my own. I tried to, but yeah. Another reason why I haven't been uploading anything lately is because I have been playing a lot on Xbox, and I am trying to figure out what the best way for me to capture gameplay from Xbox and possibly even Nintendo Switch is going to be. And after doing a little bit of research, initial research, it seems like a Elgato capture card is what I'm looking for. But I won't lie, I'm not 100% sure. The only thing I've ever used for capturing gameplay is the share button. But if anybody has any suggestions or tips, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. If I am correct about the capture card, the Elgato, that would be great to know. Right now I am not certain, unfortunately. Like I said, I think that's what I need, but I don't want to spend money on it if it's not, basically. That money could be spent better on other things for the channel. But I'm also trying to think of what the best content I could make would be, besides just the occasional Destiny hint, or tips, or guide, if you will. And again, if you guys have any suggestions on what you would like to see, please feel free to leave it in the comments. I'm not sure if everyone is familiar with ASMR, but I have been putting a lot of thought into starting an ASMR, a second ASMR channel. I don't know if anyone here would be into that, but if so, let me know, and I might try that out. Personally, I use ASMR to help me relax. I find it super relaxing. I know it doesn't work for everyone, but it definitely helps me out. And once I find the right ASMR, it has done wonders, basically, for me in my life, for stress relief. So I'm a very anxious person sometimes, like we all can be. And it helps for me. So I've always wanted to give back to the ASMR community with my own ASMR videos. So I might do that. So yes, if anybody has any interest in that, let me know. If you're one of those people who doesn't enjoy ASMR or doesn't even know what ASMR is, if that's the case, I definitely suggest you check it out, because if it works for you, like I said, it can be very helpful with stress relief. But if you just don't like it, if it's not your thing, then don't worry. I'm not going to force it on anyone, obviously. Also, I just wanted to mention, if I were to make videos on other games, I'll give you some examples of some other games that I'm playing right now on the Xbox, ones that I have no means of capturing gameplay for yet, but like I said, I'm looking into it. But right now I am thoroughly enjoying Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, although if you are not a fan of the Dark Souls series, or if you've never played any of the Souls, quote-unquote Souls games before, or FromSoft games, I don't know if I could recommend that as the first game for you to play. It's incredibly punishing. However, that punishment is highly rewarded in the form of defeating certain bosses, and just the feeling of accomplishment you get when you end up finally figuring out how to beat. I don't even think I've beat an actual boss yet, but even sub-bosses, it just makes you feel amazing when you finally overcome the enemies, because it is so difficult to punish them. I've heard people talk about how From Software is disrespecting their fans by not having an easy mode, and I've seen a few videos arguing against that point and basically saying the same thing, that the game is tough, but it is incredibly rewarding. And as far as I go, I can confirm that, because when I defeated the first sub-boss for the first time in a while, I let out a very noticeable or loud cheer, reminiscent of playing video games back in the day when I was younger, when I beat certain bosses in Final Fantasy VII, for example, that were really difficult, and at 6 in the morning, and I would wake the entire house up screaming. Yeah, it's a super fun game in that respect, but if you don't enjoy, or if you can't put up with lots of dying and trial by fire, I don't know if I could recommend it. Same goes for another game that I'm playing on Xbox at the moment called Outward, which is an RPG from a small company, 9 Dot Studio, a small developer team. I don't know. There's not a lot of people that made the game, basically. And it is kind of similar to Dark Souls in the way that you move and attack, but it's on a, I wouldn't say a whole new level, but it's got its own thing going on, and it is a lot of fun for sure. But also extremely punishing. But if that's your thing, go for it. It's not full price, but I will admit that the graphics are lacking a little bit. It's not the prettiest game in the world. It's not the ugliest game either. It's just, it kind of reminds me of like a PS3 game graphically, but that's not what it's about though. It's about a very realistic gameplay, having to eat, drink, and sleep, and manage all of that, and not die. It's big on not dying, but dying is very easy. Very easy. You have a backpack in the game, and you keep all of your items in the backpack, but you can drop the backpack so that you can combat roll more effectively. But then if you die, that backpack, if you die and you're not holding the backpack, as far as I know, the backpack is gone. So you gotta then collect everything that was in the backpack again. And money is super hard to come by unless you use exploits, but I'm trying my best to not do any of that. So far I've succeeded, but the game kind of gives me anxiety at times too, so. But didn't pay full price for it, and can definitely find some enjoyment out of it, so I feel like it was a good purchase. Also been playing Division 2, which, if you haven't heard by now, it's really good. If you're into looters, shooters, I would say why not? Go for it. It has a lot to offer. There's a lot to do in it. There's exotic weapons that you have to do specific quests for and stuff. It's a lot of fun. I don't have as much time as I would like to put into it, because of Sekiro and the other game that I'm playing a lot of right now, which I don't really even want to admit to it because it is in such a it's not in a good state, and you might know what I'm talking about, but if not, it's Anthem. And yeah, they're just not doing that good right now. It was just recently confirmed. I don't know if it was confirmed or not, but Kotaku did an article on it talking about how it wasn't in development for very long, apparently, which a lot of people in the community were kind of guessing that something was going on there, because a lot of it seems unfinished. But I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy Anthem for what it is, despite all of its problems. I definitely wish they would fix the loot system. At least they've fixed it, and well, accidentally fixed it and made it really good as far as drops go, but didn't intend to, so they took it away, made it really bad, and then tried to fix it again and made it okay, and then something happened, I don't know what, I don't even care anymore at this point, but it broke again, and now the loot is broken again, the way it drops, and I have not got a single legendary item, which is kind of like exotics in this game. I have not got a single legendary in like a week now, and it's kind of unfortunate because you need the legendaries to get your gear score up and be able to take on higher level difficulties, but they don't drop, so you don't get to take on higher level content, unfortunately. Again, hopefully they fix it at some point. Will they? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, really hoping that once they put a little bit more time developing it, even though it's already out, hopefully it has the potential to be an incredible game. I don't know if fans are just sick of all the BS at this point and they're not gonna give it a chance. You know, that would not surprise me at all. I will give it a chance still, so I'm sure there will be other people. Will it be enough? We'll see. But in the meantime, I can play games like Sekiro and The Division 2 and hope that they fix things in Anthem. Fingers crossed, basically, but you never know. And yeah, I think that almost covers everything that I wanted to talk about. Again, if anybody has any suggestions as far as capturing gameplay, I have editing software, so that's not an issue. I just I need to learn more about the capture card, how it works, what exactly I need. I'm not trying to do this as a full-time job or anything like that. It's just something fun for me. I like to make videos every now and again. I really would love to make or write and choreograph fight scenes, martial art fight scenes, at some point, as well as ASMR stuff, but I'm not as good at martial arts as I would like to be for that. If I could find other people who want to pretend fight each other that I can choreograph, I might do that as well, but I would like to be in the scene, so I don't really want to film it. But yeah, that's something that's kind of always been a dream, we'll call it a dream of mine. I always wanted to be a stuntman. Maybe I could still do it, I don't know. I like pizza too much, unfortunately. I'm just kidding, but no, diet is one of the things I definitely have to work on. My exercise routine could use a little bit of work. Not the greatest ever, but definitely by no means the worst. There's a few martial arts that I practice or self-teach myself, so by no means an expert of anything. Mainly being the bow staff techniques and rope dart. In my case, I use a sash whip. Which, if you don't know what that is, I definitely advise checking it out. Tom Fazio, rope dart master goes crazy or something like that. That's really all you need to see to understand what that's all about. It's a lot of fun. I'm not an expert, but I'm definitely not horrible for having to teach myself. I have at least one video on the channel with when I was just starting out, learning bow staff and sash whip, and it's not the worst thing in the world, I'll put it that way. And like I said, definitely no master, but I have a few moves. I also, despite my age, still ride BMX. Just was out actually earlier tonight. It's finally nice outside where I live. So I use that as a form of cardio, and it helps with my legs. I don't have the greatest knees, and yeah. Anyways, I feel like I'm droning on about nothing at this point, so I'm going to wrap up the video here. I think it's getting a little bit long. This video is just something you can watch while you're gaming. Again, if you feel like you have any tips for me or any suggestions, I would love to talk about it in the comments. I will respond to all the comments. Unless by some chance I get like 1 million fucking comments, but let's be realistic, that's probably not gonna happen, so that shouldn't be an issue. But yeah, again, if you made it this long, thank you. I appreciate you more than you will ever know, and yeah, you guys have a good day, and I will talk to you soon.